He's the richest man in the world, but even he has some insecurities about his appearance.
I don't know if I should say.
Let's break down Elon Musk and his hair and whether I think his hair transplant may have been a good or a bad idea. It's 1999 and 28-year-old hotshot Elon Musk had just founded PayPal, which he would later sell to eBay for $1.5 billion. But as you can guess, something was bothering this superstar young businessman. He was beginning to lose his hair. Now, male pattern hair loss is described in 7 different stages, and they're called the Norwood stages. And I would estimate that Elon Musk was probably about a stage 3 at the time of this photograph in 1999. So how does Elon go from this to this? If you followed me for a long time, you know that I'm all about non-invasive and holistic options. And there are a ton of holistic options for thinning hair. I actually made a video about it not that long ago. You can take a peek right up here after you watch this video. But unfortunately, it's not possible for Elon Musk to go from the hair that he had in 1999 to how he looks like now without a true hair transplant. And this was especially true back then before we were doing PRP injections for hair growth. So now let's fast forward 2 years and let's look at Elon Musk in 2001. And you can see that his hairline really looks about the same as it did in 1999. But now let's look at him in 2003. There's a definite change here. I believe Elon underwent his first hair transplant back in 2002.
I'm telling you, this is going to get better and better as the...
Now back then, the hair transplant surgery was done very differently than it is now. We would start off by cutting or excising a strip of scalp, typically from the back of the head. That strip of scalp would then be cut into thousands of micrografts, which are tiny groups of hair that contain 1 or 2 hair follicles each. We would then staple the edges of the scalp back together, and then we would make tiny little puncture wounds or little holes into the area that we would then essentially plant the new hair follicles into. A doctor or technician would then pick up each little hair follicle and put it into each hole. It takes about 3 to 4 months for that hair to truly start growing out, but it can create a whole new hairline. The good thing about this approach is that there are no visible scars in the area of the new hair, but you can see a scar, a linear scar, which is often horizontal, in the location where that strip of scalp was removed. Now, some people claim that this picture you're seeing right here is evidence of his hair transplant scar. Now, this has never been 100% confirmed, but some people believe this.
Not true.
Now let's fast forward to 2006, and you can see here that his hairline back then isn't quite as sharp as it is today. He's probably a Norwood 2, maybe up to a 3. But then look at him in 2008. Now he looks like he's more of a Norwood 1.5. So I do believe he had his second hair transplant operation, possibly back in 2007.
What the hell are you doing?
Back in 2007, a newer technique of hair transplant was being introduced, and this was called follicular unit extraction, or FUE. Now this involves taking a brand new device called the neograft, and instead of removing a strip of scalp from the back of the head, we can use this device to harvest hair follicles 1 or 2 at a time. And the good thing about this is that it eliminated the need for that linear horizontal scar, which was a sign of the old type of surgery. Now, this is how the operation is still being performed today, and we even now have robots who are performing this operation for the surgeons.
This is madness.
So how has Elon's hair changed since 2008? Well, take a look at this photo of Elon from 2012, this photo from 2014, and this photo from more recently. And you can see that his hairline has not changed at all. It has remained sharp and very stable.
Genius, billionaire, playboy.
Now, I believe, like so many people around the world, that Elon now is doing a lot of the holistic hair thinning treatments that I have mentioned in my previous videos. I bet you he's taking a nutritional supplement, possibly like Nutrafol. He's probably using low-light laser therapy like the Iristor laser helmet, and he may even be undergoing PRP injections to his scalp to help to thicken that thinning hair. These revolutionary options could definitely be supporting that thick head of hair that he has right now. So let's answer the question that we started this video with. Was Elon Musk's hair transplant a good idea?
But I think this is one of the great questions.
So in order to answer that, let's take a look at a photo of the world's richest man, completely bald, and with the full head of hair that he has now. Now, I don't know about you, but I think he looks much better with hair than without. Let me know in the comments whether you think Elon Musk's hair transplant was a good or a bad idea. Now, I mentioned earlier that I made a video about how to thicken your hair naturally, without surgery like what I believe Elon Musk had done. I go over all these options for you on this video right up here. So if you or somebody you love is having issues with thinning hair, these are your holistic options. And remember, eat real food, use clean skincare, and only consider actual plastic surgery as a last resort.